every year at Christmas now, these days, I am reminded by the sobering fact that for 10 years, one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing on my mind, because it was always on my mind at Christmas, was, okay, this next year coming in the new year is going to be the year that I finally lose weight. I'm finally going to stick to my diet and I'm going to lose weight. Literally every year for 10 years, and every year it was like, okay, hopefully like this is the time. And each year my trust in myself had obviously got eroded more and more, and I do it twice a year. I do it at New Year and at my birthday, and I would always say at New Year, okay, by my birthday, which is in the middle of the year, I will be where I want to be. I will have lost the weight and I'll like feel really good about myself and be the person that I know that I can be. And then ultimately, you know, I was still binge eating, couldn't get out of that trap, and then my birthday would come around and I would say, okay, by New Year, and I literally did that for 10 years. And now that I, you know, very grateful for, have a really healthy relationship with food, and I don't have an eating disorder anymore, and I got everything that I always wanted, I'm reminded of that fact. So I haven't made a plan for this video. I just wanted to come on and talk to you because I know that the new year's coming up and I'm not going to be the only one that will be thinking this way. And so I guess I just wanted to say that you have a choice. You know, I know it feels like you don't have a choice and that going on a New Year's diet is the answer, and this time you're going to have all the willpower in the world and this time you're finally going to do it. If you are concerned, like I was concerned, that this isn't actually going to work in the way that you want it to, and you're still going to be stuck in the same cycles, then I just wanted to be another voice amongst all of the dieting ads that you're probably getting, to say that there is another way for you, not to diet, but to get to where it is that you want to go. Like, I can imagine that, yes, you probably want to get a handle on your weight. I appreciate that. Maybe you want to lose weight. I appreciate that. But I can imagine that what you really want is to not be thinking about food all the time, and to not have such intense cravings, so to not have like this excessive hunger, and to not have the need to diet, right? To just be in balance naturally, and to not have the urge to binge eat. Because this is the thing, like, I'm sure that you don't just want to stop binge eating by this point. I'm sure you want a normal, healthy relationship with food. Like, if you could have one, and you could be one of those people that just eats freely but doesn't eat too much, doesn't eat too little, and is a healthy weight and fit and weight stable. And I'm sure, because I used to look at these people and think, okay, well, you're just lucky. But I'm here to tell you that they're not lucky. It's just a normal, healthy relationship with food, and you can have that too. It's not that you're probably a food addict or you're destined to be this way forever. Like, I don't want you to lose hope, and I want you to see that there is another way if you want it. I think the biggest reason why I got stuck for so long in binge eating is because I thought I was naturally like food obsessed and naturally hungrier than other people. So I thought that I would always have to be dieting if I wanted to be a healthy weight, or I wanted to keep my food control in check. And it was believing that and thinking that which is what kept me so stuck. Once I found out for myself that actually that wasn't the case, and there was such a thing called extreme hunger. I'm not saying you have extreme hunger, by the way, I'm just saying this is what I learned. There's such a thing called extreme hunger that happens when you've been dieting or restricting yourself heavily. And it doesn't even matter if it's in the past. Like, if that extreme hunger wasn't resolved, it was going to keep persisting. And I didn't realize that a large portion of why I was so hungry and so food obsessed was because I was dealing with the effects of dieting. And when I realized that, and I heard that, oh my god, okay, if I could just move through extreme hunger, then on the other side of that is a much better chance at just having what I really wanted. Because what I really wanted, I remember breaking down to my mom about this a few years back. I was like, I don't even want to be really skinny anymore. I just don't want to always have to be dieting and then binge eating, because it never works. I always end up in the same place. Like, what's wrong with me? I didn't want to be really skinny anymore. I just wanted a normal, healthy relationship with food, and I didn't think that I could have one until I learnt the things that I know now, and then obviously, you know, managed to make the change. Every single one of my clients that I see, can I say that? I think I can. I think every single one Yes. For those of you that don't know, I'm a nutritional therapist and I specialise in binge eating recovery. And every single one of my clients that comes thinks that they are the exception. Like, they're beyond help. Some part of them obviously believes that they are capable of change, otherwise they wouldn't reach out, but there's a huge amount of skepticism there, which I also had. Maybe you can relate to. I think that this is perfectly normal, especially when we've been going through the same cycles for years. Like, obviously our faith and our trust has been eroded. I think that's just the natural consequence of trying something over and over again and failing at it, seemingly. The trouble is that what we've been trying, I can't say for you personally, but I can assume what you've been trying has been the wrong thing or not the whole picture. And actually something that I hear often from clients is that the reason why the work we do together is so effective is because it kind of like puts all the missing pieces together. Yes, we need to focus on, if we want to have a normal healthy relationship with food, or we want to be able to stop dieting or binge eating, yes, obviously we need to look at the food and actually what it is that you're eating, say, but isn't that just like another diet plan? That's just another eating plan. If a healthy way of eating that's balanced and flexible doesn't come naturally to you, then that also needs to be addressed, right? I'm not interested in just helping women stop binge eating and stick to like a healthy eating plan. I'm interested in helping women get a normal, healthy relationship with food. And if that's the case, then we also need to work on, okay, well, why is the urge to binge eat there? Is there emotional eating also going on? Mindset also has to be addressed, right? It's like going and talking about your feelings. I don't know if you've tried this, can really help some people. But for me personally, I tried talking through my feelings when I was binge eating, and well, it did nothing for the fact that I was super hungry and had these intense cravings. It didn't help with that. And so a lot of us can get really stuck when we're trying to stop binge eating because we're kind of just focusing maybe on one element of it at a time, and we need to put it all together, in my experience. And you realize what the missing links were in your recovery, because I know it feels like you've tried everything. I know that you've, probably tried many things at this point to move past binge eating, but have you tried having all of these elements put together for you or with you at the same time? Have you done all of it at the same time? Have you just trying to been forcing yourself into trying to stop binge eating without actually understanding your relationship with food? So obviously you are a grown woman, you can do as you please. If you want to start a January diet, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just putting this out here as a different perspective at this time of year of what 2023 could look like for you. And gaining a normal healthy relationship with food doesn't even have to take that long if that's something that you want. On average, I mean, a lot of my clients come because they've seen my YouTube videos, so they have a good understanding of kind of the things that we were talking about anyway. But those clients, when they come, the vast majority stop binge eating and have a significantly healthier relationship with food, and even feel more confident and more at peace and more in healthy control and like thriving in life within 4 to 12 weeks. It can be that quick, and that's the vast majority of them. That's not a fluke. And I'm talking about balanced appetite, not having intense cravings anymore, understanding their emotions and no urge to be eating emotionally. I'm talking about being flexible and spontaneous with food. I'm talking about not tracking, not having a calorie limit anymore, being in touch with their hunger and fullness cues, and it being easy to honor them, right? No willpower required. A normal, healthy relationship with food. Now, I'm not saying you need to come and work with me in order to achieve that. You are more than capable of doing it on your own. I did. I put a little checklist together for you if you're interested of some of the key steps that I often go through with clients in order to make that transition. If you're interested, then I'll link it below. You're very welcome to go and pick it up.